Alrighty, hey everyone, welcome, welcome. This is so fun. Even though we're all quarantined, at least we can be face to face and kind of have a semblance of seeing people outside our own four walls, right? so we just wanted to pop on tonight and just share a little bit of our health stories, talk about Plexus. We love the products. Chelsea, Julie, and I also love the sharing aspect of it. It totally fuels us, and we're excited to share what it's meant to our family, to our health, all the things. So just as way of introduction, my name is Megan Goff, and I'm actually a friend of Chelsea's, and we grew up in the same town. She's the same age as one of my younger sisters. And then I recently met Julie, but we realized we have connections because of Windsor Road Christian Church in Champaign. My husband and I got married there, and my aunt and uncle, Teresa and Dwayne Cooper, also go there. So it's kind of this fun little connection, right? And so I actually started Plexus 5 years ago, actually a little bit more than 5 years ago. And this was after multiple friends were reaching out to me, telling me about Plexus. They're like, Megan, you need to look at it. It's like right up your alley. But in my mind, Plexus was weight loss, and it was like for diabetics. And I was like, I don't need weight loss. I'm not diabetic. So why would I use products that help with that? And I was in my own health crisis, kind of in my own little bubble at that time. We had found out we had a ton of mold in our farmhouse. And so I was recovering and trying to figure out how to be a mom to all of my kids. We have six children right now, soon to be 7 in September. And I was like not functioning very well. My husband was not home very much. On top of that, I was very sick. I had developed an autoimmune thyroid issue. And I kind of ran the gamut of health symptoms, like everything ranging from hormone issues and like the diagnosis, like, oh, you'll never have any more kids, to I had anxiety out the wazoo. I had this autoimmune issue. I had crazy food sensitivities, kind of ran the gamut of a whole lot of stuff going on. And what I realized, when one thing is off in your body, it can make a lot of other things off as well. And so what I loved, I worked with a naturopath, and she helped me bring my levels back into normal ranges using supplements and using my diet. And I know that sounds crazy. If you have never used food and supplements to heal, but it is an option. And I was wanting to rattle the bushes and go that route first before I went on to heavy duty meds or surgery or anything like that. And so my naturopath taught me the value of supplementation. And so, make a long story short, I decided to transition over about 2 years into my health journey with my naturopath to using Plexus supplements. And what I liked about it was that they were more comprehensive and actually less expensive than what I was doing with her. And so I was up to a certain point in my health, but I still had gut health issues to overcome. And I was like, if there's something that could help regulate blood sugar. I was constantly having low blood sugars because I had just had baby number 5, and that part intrigued me. And so I started on the triplex combo, and that's what probably a lot of you have started with, or maybe Julie or Chelsea has chatted with you about that. But that is a very simple combo that is the gut health products and then the Plexus Slim. And I always call it the pink drink because it's not necessarily a weight loss product, right? It helps to regulate blood sugar. And sometimes for some people that is, weight loss as a result of getting your gut healthy, getting your blood sugar balanced, things like that. But Plexus can be kind of subcategorized into 3 different categories: gut health, skin and beauty, and then weight loss. And so I'm just going to briefly go through the products real quick, and then Julie and Chelsea can share a little bit of a snippet of their story. I will say, right after I started, I got my kids on the Superman probiotic, and it took my son Benjamin, who was 4 at the time, it took his eczema completely away. And he was like covered. And that told me, like, oh my goodness, I connected skin issues with what was going on in his gut. And so that encouraged me to continue on with my products. I also got my skeptical husband to take it, and he lost 20 pounds. He also lost the hand arthritis because he lost his inflammation, and he also started not drinking pots of coffee or needing a daily nap. And so we started on this combo. It's super simple. The pink drink helps to regulate blood sugar. insulin is our master hormone. And so when we start to balance blood sugar, a lot of people notice a difference in an improvement in their hormones, their mood, their sleep, and their energy. And so it is super simple. It's pink because of beetroot. It's sweetened with stevia, super healthy and clean. I'm 20 weeks pregnant, and I drink Plexus Slim. It actually helped boost my milk supply with my last 2 babies, helped me immensely in my 6th pregnancy. And I don't go a day without it. So it also has a gut health component. It's called Microbiome Slim because it has a prebiotic blend in it. And then these two are the gut health component of the triplex. I put these on my nightstand and I take them both at bedtime. This is the probiotic. It has 5 good strains of bacteria. It has 2 enzymes that help break down candida yeast. That's why this one is so awesome. If you guys are familiar with leaky gut or any of that jargon, there's a very real connection between gut-brain connection and also candida overgrowth. Americans, we love our sugar. We use a lot of meds, right? And so that wreaks havoc on our gut. And a lot of us have too much candida yeast in our gut. Antibiotic usage also wipes us out, right? And it sets us up for too much yeast. And this is BioCleanse, which is not a harsh cleanse. It's a daily, gentle cleanse. It's basically magnesium. So this is our scrubber, right? For our gut health, for our gut. And then this is the sweeper. So it sweeps out the junk. And these two work together. And actually all 3 of them work together really, really well. So that's one thing that we really focus on if gut health is a priority of yours. There's also actually an immune booster pack that Plexus just released with the COVID issue that just came out in March. And so there's another combo pack underneath the gut health category that I just wanted to mention if that is intriguing to you. It's actually 4 products. It's just supplements. It doesn't include the pink drink. But anyways, you might check that out if that's something that intrigues you. The next category is skin and beauty. And I'll just say really quick, these are my faves. My mom is 60 and she's like, oh my word, these are my favorite Plexus products. So she and I both use the AM serum and the PM serum. These are super simple to use. If you've never tried them before, I would encourage you to try them. They adhere to European standards, which is actually more stringent than American standards in light of skincare. There's a lot of sciencey like ingredients and stuff that I'm not going to go into tonight. But this is great for your skin. This is great for skin, hair, nails. And so if you've never used collagen, it's a great supplement to start on. I've actually used collagen for years. I was introduced to Trim Healthy Mama books, I don't even know, like 6 years ago. And I started using their brand of collagen, but then when Plexus came out with one, I was like, I can order it for myself. And 2, I like the fact that there's a superfood blend in here, okay? So it's great. If you're not familiar with collagen, it's a protein, and it keeps your skin supple and strong. Over time, like as we age, we're not like, our collagen levels aren't like they were when we were younger, right? So think wrinkles, we don't want those. And so anyways, this has a lot of great ingredients that help with that. So actually it's like a scoop that you just add into any sort of drink, and it's tasteless. You can mix it in your coffee, you can put it in your tea. I often will put it in a protein shake or smoothie, and like you don't even taste it. So that's super awesome. And then lastly, we'll just talk weight loss really quick, because I know a lot of Americans, or even if you're not American, we want weight loss, right? Whether it's an extra 5 pounds or like 50 pounds, a lot of people are seeing great results using Plexus Slim, Active, and the protein shakes. And these are great because it helps reduce how many calories you're actually taking in. And what I encourage people to do is kind of view it as an extended fasting period. So some people that need to lose a lot of weight would benefit from actually doing 2 of these a day. You can either do them as a snack or as a meal replacement, depending on if you use 1 scoop or 2 scoops. They come in different flavors. So if you are dairy-free, you can do the vegan options. I do love the whey ones because they're super smooth and they're delish, super yummy. And they're just as good with like coconut milk, shaker bottle, and the protein packet, right? Just shake it up and go. It's super simple, it's fast, it's filling, and it's yummy. Or sometimes, like for the vanilla, I actually prefer it in the blender with frozen low glycemic fruits like berries, right? I do like it as a shamrock shake, couple leaves of spinach to make it green, a little bit of peppermint, and ice. Delish, super yummy. And then there is the Plexus Slim Hunger Control, so it's a little different than the Microbiome Slim. It has more fiber in it, but it still helps to regulate blood sugar. So it's super awesome if you are feeling like you're hungry all the time. It helps to regulate blood sugar and helps curb your appetite. And then Plexus Active can actually be mixed with either of the Slims. The flavors are compatible. This is a blood orange flavor. This is a mango peach. And if you're an energy drink guru or whatever, this is a clean, healthy option. I don't drink coffee, but sometimes I just need a pick-me-up, and I actually love the flavor. But there's ingredients in here like turmeric and different fruit and vegetable extracts that help with adrenals. So there's lots of great sciencey information on that. So if you are intrigued, you can check that out. There's actually a lot of YouTube videos with like medical professionals talking about the ingredients too. That's just a little bit about the products. Chelsee, do you want to unmute and maybe just share a tiny bit of your health story? I know you've had a great health story.
Yeah, so my name's Chelsee Finley, and a lot of your faces aren't familiar, but my friend Kelly's in here. Hi, Kelly. So I joined Plexus in 2018, and I started for chronic migraines. So I had chronic migraines for about 10 years. With each of my pregnancies, my migraines got worse and worse because of the unbalanced hormones and everything going on with that. So I saw a lot of different doctors. I tried like food journaling, I had CAT scans and MRIs. And I was actually introduced to Plexus when I was pregnant with my second daughter, Blair. And that's kind of how I remember that it took me 2 years to give in and give it a try, because I was miserable. And I had really a rough time with my pregnancy. So I went backwards. I would lose weight and I was really sick. And so I had reached out to Megan at that point to learn about it for that aspect. And I don't even remember why, but I came up with reasons not to give it a try. So fast forward 2 years, and I had an MRI, and I was sent to like an ear, nose, and throat specialist because they thought I had some type of blockage in my sinuses. And everything came back fine. So I was still miserable. Usually when you get good test results, you're excited, right? Like no tumors in your brain or anything going on. But I was miserable. I came home. I was so upset. I was crying. And my husband's like, you've got to try something. You can't just keep doing this. So I reached out to Megan again, and I gave Plexus a shot. So I started on the triplex, and I used to have anywhere from 2 to 4 migraines a week. And within my first month, I started to see a decline in that. In my first year on Plexus, I had a total of 4 migraines. And I can say that with confidence because I keep track of stuff like that on my calendar on my phone. So yeah, I went from having 2 to 4 a week to having 4 total that first year. So that was just such a huge blessing to my family in so many ways. So yeah, that's kind of how I started.
Which products did you take?
I did just the triplex, the Slim, ProBio 5, and BioCleanse. And slowly I've added other things in, like now I love the X Factor vitamin, as well as the lean protein shakes, because I'm not a breakfast person. But I can't just eat breakfast at 10 o'clock when I'm at work. So I like to drink the protein shakes in the morning, and they actually keep me full until lunchtime. So that's a little snippet of my story condensed down.
Do you want to introduce Julie?
Yeah, this is my friend Julie Folsom, which most of you on here I think know. And Julie actually started in February, right, Julie?
End of January, yeah.
Right? Okay, so she's relatively new, but she's just really taken off with her health journey and seen some amazing results with the Renew You side of things. So yeah, take it away.
Okay. Well, yeah, so I watched Chelsea and another friend share Plexus for a couple of years. Actually, the other friend sent me samples and they sat on my desk for like 6 months and I finally just threw them away. So I cringe now just thinking about that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I was just at a point in my health journey where things were starting to stack up. I've had high cholesterol for a couple of decades now. My blood sugar was borderline diabetic. I was starting to have some blood pressure issues, some hormonal issues with some bleeding going on. And so every single time I would really think about it, it pointed back to, I got to get moving. I got to lose weight. So I joined Plexus for weight loss type of things initially, but I got so much more than I bargained for. I tracked my blood sugar and my blood pressure for the first 30 days because I have a cuff and a little monitor for that. And I was amazed at just in 30 days how that had changed for me. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm giving this a fair shot. So it was the 60-day Renew You challenge. So I was giving it a shot for 60 days because Plexus has a 60-day money back guarantee. So I thought if I'm not fully satisfied, I get my money back. There's no risk involved for me. And at the end of that 60 days, I had lost 23 pounds and 5 inches in my waist. And I know that was totally from the gut health side of things. That the products that I have includes the triplex, plus the MetaBurn and the lean. What else am I missing? And the active. So I had been doing that for 60 days. Now it's been almost 90 days. I think I'm down 6.5 inches in my waist. So I keep shrinking. I have a long, long way to go. But I feel good. I'm not sluggish. I was feeling like I had no energy left for my family at the end of the day. Completely wiped out. On the weekends, I would need naps just to make it through. And so this has definitely changed my energy level, my mood, my size. So I am thrilled with my results, and I'm about 3 months in, so I'm looking forward to the future.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, girls, for sharing your story. It's always encouraging to me because my health journey is so different from other people's, right? And so Julie's story is different than mine, and Chelsea's story is different than mine. So that's the cool thing, is like every single person comes with some sort of I don't know if discontentment is the right word, but wanting to change something about their health. With such a wide demographic that Plexus serves. We have babies on ProBio 5 all the way up to my grandma's age, who's almost 90, right? That's the beauty of this, is it's for everyone, regardless of what your goals are. Some people come into Plexus uber healthy and they want to, help their performance. Like they run triathlons, they run marathons, whatever. So there's those people. And then there's other people that come in like us. You heard our stories, right? So I just wanted to kind of give some perspective here. You're probably going to fall into one of 3 little categories. And so since you've heard a little bit of other products, a little bit about our health testimonies, I would just encourage you to kind of think through whether you would be in the category that would be like, hey, yeah, I want to try the products, or the second category, which is, hey, I'd like to try the products and I am kind of interested in helping a couple people and getting that $300 referral bonus before the end of April. I would, totally help my mom, my BFF, or my Heavy Star, right? And then boom, referral bonus, right? Super, super sweet. Plexus works as a win for everyone, right? So, and then the third way is, I am interested in the products. I'm interested in helping a couple of people, and actually like health and wellness is my jam, or hey, I love to serve and help other people. And so this makes sense. I know right now it's such a strange time with the quarantine and the health concerns that are going on, and also financial concerns. And so it's really cool that Plexus offers both options. Like in our back pocket, we have a business, right? And so I didn't start out thinking I would share anything with anyone. I was simply like actually really closed to like, I have to get myself healthy so I can run on all cylinders for my kids. Like, and my husband, like I can't live this way. And what impact can I have on God's kingdom if I can't even get off the couch, right? And so that was a little bit of my perspective. But like after I started, I was like, this stuff makes sense. Like, how could I not share it? I know too many people with thyroid problems, IBS, like, or some people that are wanting to stay home with their babies. And this is like a work from home option, like super cool, right? And so kind of wherever you're at in the gamut of whatever category you feel like you're in, that's totally cool. We're totally happy to help answer questions regardless of where you're at with that. But we like to let people know what the options are. I forgot to mention that all of the product combos that I talked about were the $99 starter packs. There are $199 ones like Julie talked about, so that's what she started on. And the benefit to those is that you get a more comprehensive view of the products, right? Because you're starting like 6 or 7 products and you get to sample them versus like 3, right? So it kind of depends on maybe what your health goals are, who else in your family wants to try something. I know that I really like the Family Essentials pack because it has the kids chewable multivitamin / probiotic. And so there's some various starter pack options, but we were just kind of given a quick snippet on what's available there. The $199 packs are the deepest discount because you're basically buying in bulk. But there is a 10% off tonight. I'm also rebating back $10 to anyone that hasn't started yet that would like to get started. And then there's also, what did I forget? $10 enrollment instead of $40. So there's a lot of discounts going on. And I'm really only touching on the wholesale option. You can be a preferred customer, but these combo and starter packs are such deep discounts and there's such great deals going on. It's like a no-brainer. That's how everyone starts. But sometimes people are like, oh my word, do I have to sell something? Are there like minimums required? Like that's the beauty of this option is like there's nothing required. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to keep inventory. You don't even have to keep your auto ship on. Like you have complete control of that. I do actually recommend that for the first 3 months that you stay consistent and keep it on because Plexus actually has like a loyalty rewards program. So they reward you for consecutive orders and you can earn these little perks and then apply it to free products. So that's a really super cool thing and a reason to stay consistent. I know for me, I started as a wholesale, what we call ambassador, because I wanted the deepest discount. And I also liked the fact that I could get compensated on my own order. And I knew I was going to be ordering, stuff for the kids, stuff for Justin. And so I was like, I don't get compensated or commission off my own order when I go to the health food store. I also don't get a money back guarantee. And so it was just a no-brainer to start that way. And then it ended up being a blessing because I threw a post out on Facebook and I had people like private messaging me like, I have this yeast problem. Can you help me? Like, do you have products for that? And so it was like this sweet little silver lining of being able to share and help people with their health. And also there was other people that were like, I would totally do this like a business. I'll do it with you. And so it's been such a blessing. I will just say really quick, Plexus has a $6 million stimulus that they put out in April. So there's a ton of cool stuff going on. But because they're a debt-free company, they were able to do that because they want to help 10,000 families make an extra $600 this month because it's such a tight month financially for people. And so if that's something that intrigues you, I just wanted to throw it out there as you help some friends and family members get started. What Chelsee and Julie and I are doing is doing a little, health and wellness event just like this, sharing our stories. And so if you're thinking of, oh my word, so-and-so and so-and-so, thinking of people that can benefit, we can do the exact same thing for you guys because a lot of people are looking for wellness solutions right now. So that's kind of the story and the info in a nutshell. We do have a few minutes, and so I would be totally game if you guys would like to unmute or even put some questions in the chat thread, whichever way is easier. If you have specific questions for us that we could field real quick before we pop off. I was kind of curious, how many of you have started? Are any of you new? that maybe either haven't gotten their products yet or just starting? Are there a couple of you? Okay. It says Cooper, but is that your first name?
No, this is Jody. I'm 2 weeks in. So.
Okay, yay.
And my daughter Haley is on too. She just got her kit today, so she's getting started.
That's awesome. Super fun. Do you have a favorite product?
Sorry, it's my kid in the background. No, I've really enjoyed all of them. They taste good. I like them. I'm definitely feeling some changes. So yeah, no, so far I like everything.
Awesome. Do you have any questions for us? Anything that you're
so
out?
Julie's been on speed dial, so.
That's awesome.
I'll just go ahead and share something with you all. I forgot to mention this earlier when I was talking about myself. This is not about me. This is about my son. My middle son struggles with anxiety and depression. And we recently have been really trying to get him on. We've had a doctor's appointment. They gave him Adderall just for his focus issues at school. But we found that Vital Biome, which is like the happy pill. It's just a vitamin, but it helps with the mood issues that he has. And then Edge, which is for focus, has really, really helped him. So right before we went on quarantine, he ran out of his meds. And we were just on a 30-day trial of Adderall extended release. And then we had to make another appointment to go back for a check, and then all of this happened. So I was kind of struggling for something to fill the gap. So I tried those two things, and he actually verbally said to me, "Mom, I think these are working for me." So that was a huge win for me, because if I don't have to give my kids prescription meds, I don't want to. So this is what we're taking right now, and it's proving to be really helpful. So I just wanted to add that little plug, because that was another success story in our house. So
that's so awesome. Yeah, thanks for piping that in. Haley, Jennifer, Kelly, Cameron, anyone else have any quick questions before we pop off?
I had a question. I guess, do you have any information about like the connections, you're talking about gut health, but between that and like autoimmune diseases? Like I have rheumatoid arthritis, so I'm kind of searching for, are there other ways that I can help with joint pain? I mean, I've tried supplements, like joint supplements from the health food store, collagen supplements. I even tried essential oils, just kind of other things besides medication. Do you have any experience with that specifically?
Yeah, so do you have thyroid issues or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay, just autoimmune in general?
Yeah, I developed rheumatoid arthritis after I had my daughter, about 6 months after. They had a hard time diagnosing it. I had a lot of swelling and carpal tunnel. And so they were able to connect that back eventually after lots of tests.
Okay. What I have, and I'm not a medical person, so this is just like my perspective and my thoughts. But with autoimmune stuff, basically your body gets into overdrive and kind of starts attacking itself. And from my own experience with autoimmune issues, I think that there's a lot of times a trigger. I was thinking back like to when I was a kid. I grew up on antibiotics, and then I started having babies back to back. Like Chelsee was saying, I mean, regardless of how your body handles pregnancy, it is somewhat traumatic, right? it can be a trigger, right, for people. And so so sometimes there's a trigger event that kind of kickstarts something in your body. I do know that autoimmunity and gut health are very much interconnected and interrelated. there were two books that my naturopath recommended to me. One, both of them were by Dr. David Brownstein. They were specific to thyroid issues, but they were very helpful to read. So I do know that diet is absolutely crucial. So getting off any highly inflammatory foods, so think processed foods, sugar, gluten, and dairy. And like right now, like I think that's the last thing people want to go towards is like, oh man, I don't want to have to deny myself stuff that I like. But that was hugely helpful for me to basically kind of go very plant-based and healthy, healthy raised protein. We live on a farm, so we were able to raise a lot of our own food. But I ate healthy before my autoimmune issues, but like I had to get really stringent and strict while I was healing from that. So diet is huge. Supplements are also really huge. As much as you can bolster your gut health, and Plexus is addressing the gut microbiome, and so that's a really, really good place to start. Sometimes it's just when you try different things, sometimes it's like pouring a Dixie cup of water on a forest fire, right? Because it's maybe not enough to get over the hump, or it's not as comprehensive, or it's helping a little bit, but sometimes you don't see, big enough results from it to know if it's working well. And so those are just a few of my thoughts in light of autoimmunity, is like diet and supplements, and then praying. I just pray that the Lord directs you to people and to specific resources. One book I would recommend, I think it's in my closet, but it's called Recaging the Beast, and it's all about the yeast fungal connection in the body. So that might be something to explore also. Kind of regardless of what the root is, a lot of times it does go back to Candida overgrowth. It sounds kind of crazy. That yeast can be responsible for so much, but reading that book was really eye-opening. It is kind of scientific, but it made so much sense to me. So those are just a couple of thoughts. I don't know if that's helpful.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Holly says she's all set. Thanks for sharing the information. Excited to get started tomorrow. Okie doke. Alrighty, well, I think our time's up. Girls, thanks for popping on. This was so fun. Nice to see some sweet faces and chat health and wellness. And if any of you are curious or ready to start, or you would like for us to host a little Zoom like this and invite your friends, feel free to tell Julie and Chelsea and I. We'll go ahead and wrap this up, and then we'll continue conversations in Messenger on Facebook to help answer more questions that you guys might have. So Julie, Chelsea, anything else you want to pipe in?
Thanks for being here. Appreciate your time.
All righty. Well, girls, we'll go ahead and end this, and I'll get the recording up so anyone that wasn't able to make it can listen in. All right. You guys have a good night. Okay, we'll see ya.